Good evening, everybody. Are you getting my voice?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes,
Good evening. Good evening.
good evening.
Yeah, okay, it's okay, fine. Yeah, this is Swamy Naidu. I'm teaching Angular, UA technologies, React.js, Mean Stack, along with PHP. Okay, these technologies I'm handling in Durga Soft. Okay, now in this demonstration class, so we are going to discuss what is AngularJS and what are the features we have in this AngularJS. Okay, so those concepts we are going to discuss now. First of all, here, see, this batch belongs to complete Angular. Actually, we have two types of technologies here. One is AngularJS. Okay, another one is Angular. Okay, these two things we have. So AngularJS is nothing but the earlier version, nothing but 1.0. So which is released in 2010. So here this version we are calling as AngularJS, and here the next version from 2.4 onwards we are calling it as Angular. So here first thing is what is AngularJS and what is Angular exactly? What are the differences between this AngularJS and Angular? Those things we'll discuss. But here in this course, we are discussing Angular concepts here. So Angular from 2 to just up to 8.0 we are discussing here. So versions 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these days in companies we have recruitments based on this Angular 6.0 and 7.0. So like that these versions we are using. So 9.0 is released few months back only. So but we will cover the topics up to 8.0. 9.0 we are not discussing here because so frankly I am also not updated to 9.0. So that's why here, and the moreover in companies we are using the versions. So many companies they still openings are there in the companies based on 6.1 7.0. So here to understand, so what is exactly this AngularJS and Angular? So first we have to get some idea on this AngularJS. Then we can easily understand the Angular concepts and differences between AngularJS and Angular. So before that, so first of all, what is AngularJS? So those things we are discussing. So after that, the features of AngularJS I will discuss. Then we will discuss the features of Angular. What are the additional features we have in Angular compared with AngularJS? Later, programming with Angular based on TypeScript. So these are the things we are going to cover here. So before that, so what is AngularJS exactly that we are going to discuss? So if you observe my screen here, yes. So just if you take any web application, so if you take any web application, yeah. So here to develop these web applications, we have two stages here. One is designing stage, another one is coding stage here. Okay, now here first one is what is that designing stage, and now here you can go with that coding stage. Now here in this designing stage, we are creating user interfaces. We are creating user interfaces. What is user interface? Nothing but the front page which we are displaying to user. So for example, if you open so Facebook or Gmail, so one landing page is coming. So that page we are calling as user interface. In this user interface, we have many controls like text boxes, images, etc. So these user interfaces you want to create, then we are taking the support of some scripting languages. Those scripting languages we are calling as client-side scripting languages. Okay, clients client-side scripting languages. So what type of client-side scripting languages we have here? So HTML is there. Next one, CSS. Okay, like that. These type of client-side scripting languages we have. So now here you want to create any web page. Okay, like with some controls like text boxes and button controls and some images like that. Want to create web page with some controls. Then here we are taking the support of client-side scripts. So here these type of user interfaces you want to create. Then we are using this client-side scripts. In this client-side scripts, if you take HTML, what is the use of HTML? HTML is providing controls like text box, button. So these type of controls are available in this HTML. So here means we can display the controls on browser. If you take Firefox, Chrome, like the different types of browsers are there. In these browsers, you want to display any controls, then HTML we are taking. HTML is providing some tags. Using these tags, we can display the controls on browser. Now here CSS we are using to apply some styles on this HTML controls like color, background color, etc. So like that we are designing the web page, okay, by using so these client side scripts like HTML, CSS. Now here assume that this is username text box and this is password text box, and here we have one login button. So now if user enter username, password and click on the login button, so this data we have to send to server. Okay, we are sending this data to server here, and there we are executing some server side scripts. Through server side script, we are connecting with the database here. We are connecting with the database. So, and we are checking that username password is valid or invalid. Means coding point of view. Okay, so to implement the logics here, we are using what type of technologies here. So here to develop the logics, we are taking the support of some technologies like server side scripts here. So those server side scripts we have here. So ASP and JSP, all this comes under server side scripts. So for example, if you take PHP is one type of server side script, Node.js, like that here ASP, JSP, etc. So like that, for designing purpose, we are working with the client side scripts, and for coding purpose, we are using server side scripts. So this is the combination of every website. So in website, so first we have to create the user interfaces. So once you created the user interfaces, means once you design the web pages, we have to apply the logics on these web pages. So in this point of view, we are working with both client side script to design the user interfaces and server side scripts to apply the logics. First of all, why we are calling HTML, CSS as client-side scripts? What the reason behind that? Yes, these scripts are executing in browser. So if you write any HTML code in your website and CSS code, so that original code is downloading into the client system and it is executing client system with the help of browser. So that's why we are calling these scripts as client-side scripts. So for example, if you take PHP or Node or ASP, these scripts are executing web server. So that's why we are calling them as server-side scripts. Means according to the execution location, we are calling those scripts as client-side scripts and server-side scripts. Okay. Now here, one technology is very mandatory these days. Okay. Now that is nothing but here JavaScript. What is that? JavaScript. Yeah. So now we need to discuss about this JavaScript. So what is JavaScript and why we are using this JavaScript? That is the main concept here. So before that, I think you got some clarity in this point of view. So just I told you, so what is client-side script and what is server-side script? And here in client-side script, HTML, CSS, for what purpose we are using this HTML, CSS? So HTML we are using to display the controls on browser, and CSS we are using to apply styles on the HTML controls. And here JavaScript is there. What the role of JavaScript we are going to discuss now. Before that, here server side scripts to run any logics in the web server. So like database connectivity, and you want to create the sessions, then we are taking the support of server side scripts. You can use any one of the server side scripts like PHP, ASP, JSP, etc. But our concentration is in this location here, client side programming. So now we are discussing what is JavaScript and where we are using the JavaScript. Yes, so that concept we are going to discuss now. Before that, you people, so up to now we discussed some points. In these points, you have any queries? So first, let me ask these queries here. Okay, so you got idea on this, what is client-side script and what is server-side script, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, HTML and CSS, these scripts we are calling as client-side scripts. Okay, so for example, so here I am going to open facebook.com. Now, what is happening here? On request is going to the Facebook server, and the response is coming into my browser. Now, here in this web page, if I click on right click and view page source, now you can see some code is available. Actually, this code is not implemented by me. This code is implemented by Facebook developers, but it is downloaded into my system. Yes, it is downloaded into my system. So here it is executed in my system with the help of browser. So like that here, HTML code, CSS, and JavaScript. All these scripts initially downloading into the browser and executes in browser. Final output displays like this. Okay, so who is using browser? Client is using browser. That's why we are calling these scripts as client-side scripts. Okay, and now if you observe here, this Facebook, they use it for coding PHP. They use it here. So what is that script? They use it for coding PHP. Now here, that PHP, if you observe here, that PHP code, we cannot see any location here in this browser because that code is executing Facebook server. Only result is coming back to browser. So that's why we are calling that script as server-side script. Like that, nothing is there. What the difference between client-side script and server-side script? Client-side script is executing in browser. Server-side script is executing in web server. That is the difference between these two. Okay. Yes. Now here we need to discuss about JavaScript. Before that, yeah, you can ask me the doubts if you have any. Yes. So here, if anybody is not asking questions, so please keep in mute mode.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So anybody have doubts in this point of view can ask me.
Yeah, actually, sir, it is server side is using from already created in developers and scripts, correct?
So server side is using by server side program. It means those scripts. I didn't get you properly. Come again.
Yeah, it is you
Come
are
again.
telling from client side. It is showing from coding now.
Yeah, client side script is visible on browser because it is downloading into the browser and
Okay,
later it is executing browser. Yes.
okay, sir.
So
Okay,
I am the client of Facebook now because I'm accessing the Facebook website, right? I'm accessing the Facebook website. That's why I'm the client of Facebook. So here you can see in this Facebook, right click and select view page source. Then what is happened? So which client side script they developed means HTML code, CSS code, JavaScript, everything is available. This is original code. Everything is available in my browser. So in my browser, it is executed. So here to perform, for example, if I click on this login button, yes, if I enter any username password and click on the login button, then this username password they're checking with the database. At that time, they are using server-side script. In Facebook PHP server-side script, they use it here. Is it clear? So that server-side script is executing Facebook server. It will not download into the client system. That's why in this view page source, you cannot see any PHP code in this location. So that's why here, so according to the execution location, so those scripts we are calling as server-side scripts and client-side scripts. So HTML executing in browser, CSS executing browser, JavaScript executing in browser. So who is using browser? Client is using browser. So that's why we are calling these scripts as client-side scripts. And if you observe here, ASP, JSP, PHP, all these technologies are executing in server. So that's why we are calling these scripts as server-side scripts. So we can't see the code of server-side script in this browser by clicking on view page source. Only we can see the code of client-side scripts like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is the point I shared with you. Now you can ask me your doubts.
okay, fine, sir.
Yeah. Understanding? Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah, good. So HTML, tell me, who is this? Yeah, any other
Hello,
doubt? Yeah, tell me.
sir. Understand in Telugu?
Yeah, Telugu.
సార్ మాకు పర్సనల్ గా కూడా కావాలి, అది అడుగుదామని కాల్ చేశాను, అడుగుదాం అనుకుంటున్నాను మిమ్మల్ని.
పర్సనల్ గా ఏం కావాలి మీకు?
అంటే పర్సనల్ గా ఒక 2 hours కావాలి క్లాస్. అంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూగా ప్రిపేర్ చేయడము, రెజ్యూమ్ ఎలా రెడీ చేయడము. ఐ విల్ గివ్ టు ద అడిషనల్ చార్జెస్ ఆల్సో.
అట్లే ఉండదు మీకు. మీకు ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్తాను.
లైవ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కావాలి, లైవ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కూడా కావాలి అన్నట్టు. అలా ఐ విల్ చార్జ్, నేను చార్జ్ కూడా చేశాను అలా.
ఓకే ఓకే ఫైన్. సో మీ పేరు? ఒక్క నిమిషం. మీ పేరు?
నా పేరు అనిల్ కుమార్.
అనిల్ కుమార్. ఓకే అనిల్ కుమార్, మీకు నేను ఈ సెషన్ ఎండింగ్ లో ఆన్సర్ ఇస్తాను మీకు. ఓకేనా? సో మీకు ఏమేమి చెప్తాను, ఏమేమి కవర్ అవుతాయి, ప్రాజెక్ట్ గురించి ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఐ విల్ షేర్ విత్ యూ ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది సెషన్. ఓకే, యా. సో రిమైనింగ్ ఎనీ అదర్ పర్సన్స్ హ్యావ్ డౌట్ దిస్ టెక్నికల్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ? ఓకే ఓకే ఫైన్. I will share with you, Anil. Okay, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, if anybody
Is this
have
Angular
doubts in
session?
middle, sorry, come again.
Is this Angular session or a Beanstack live training session?
This is Angular session, not mean stack.
Okay.
Yes, mean stack session you
Yeah,
want
hello.
8:15. 8:15 is starting. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So
Can
here,
you hear me?
you have any other queries, you can message me in the chat window. Now we are going to discuss what is JavaScript and what the role of JavaScript. So here that concept we are going to discuss now. So now here JavaScript, if you observe here, so first let me explain what is JavaScript and where we are using JavaScript, because before discussion of this, okay, AngularJS. So before discussion of this AngularJS, we should know the concepts of JavaScript. Okay, so now here we are going to discuss about JavaScript. Yeah, now JavaScript. So JavaScript, just I told you, it is client side script. Yes, JavaScript is nothing but client side script. So here, if you take HTML, CSS, also client side scripts, means all the scripts executes in browser. Then HTML, already I told you. Okay, HTML. What is this HTML here? It is used to provide. Okay, it is used to provide to display, not provide, to display controls on the browser. And if you observe CSS we are using for what purpose? To apply some styles on the browser. Now, what is the role of JavaScript? That's the main question here. Before that, one person asked me, if we copy the code of browser, it means we are exposing the code of. So something here, that person is asking that question. So here one person is asking one query here. What is that? If I copy this code, then we can expose that code. There is no security problem like that. First of all, this is HTML code, CSS code, and JavaScript code. We don't write any security related concepts in this code, and we don't write any database connections. Okay, we don't write any hash algorithms like secured hash algorithm like that. That's why here, so client side scripts are never we never use client side script to write the secured functionalities. In this point of we are working with server side scripts. Is it clear? So that's why here this is for designing purpose, and JavaScript is for coding purpose, but that coding purpose is also not to work with the server coding, means database connectivity. These things we can't do with JavaScript. So in client side, to apply the logics, we are using JavaScript. That's why no need to worry about security concepts. So here, first of all, what the role of JavaScript, that I will tell you here. Yes, JavaScript, if I ask anybody why we are using JavaScript, mostly everyone answer is for validations. That is common answer which I am getting from past 10 years from you people, students. Okay, but here my point is JavaScript is not only for validations, Validations is a simple part in JavaScript. Main use of JavaScript is to apply so dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Okay, so what is this point I will tell you. If you take any HTML control, yes, every HTML control is static control. Static control means properties cannot be changed at runtime. Every HTML control is static control. So for more idea, for better idea, I will create one HTML program, then you will get more idea in this point of view. So here, don't try to understand the coding everything. So see the output, that's all. Now I'm creating one HTML program. So I open that edit plus. Okay, now here, save this file on desktop. Demo.html I have given here. Yes. Now in this program, my requirement is I want to display one image control. Yes. So here we have some images in this location. I want to display image. So 1 second, I will copy the images from other location which we have. So just yeah, here this is one image which we have. Okay, so copy that image, yeah, copy this image and paste here in desktop. Okay, so now if you observe this, okay, we have one image. That image I want to display on the browser. That is my requirement here. So one more second here, I want to copy two more images. Okay, you can see here. So I have images like apple.jpg. That image I want to display on the browser.
So obviously to display the image control, I told you just now, HTML we are using here. Okay. So now here just img is one tag. So which image you want to display? Something like apple.jpg I have given. Simple HTML script I have written here. So what is our current file name I have given here? Demo.html, right? Now here I'm going to open this demo.html, which is created. Now you can see it displays apple.jpg. Now this is static control or dynamic control. Yes, this is static control. What the meaning of static control? So there is no change on this control at runtime. Now here that HTML program is open on browser, means it is now runtime. Yes, in this runtime, so the properties of this image can't be changed. Okay, so like that every HTML control is static control. At the time of designing the web page, what are the properties we have given? So for example here, width is equal to something like 200 pixels I have given. Save and again reload, then width is applied here 200 pixels. That width I'm changing to something like 400 pixels I have given here. When I'm refreshing here, 400 pixels are there. Like that here, so once page is loaded and controls are loaded with the properties which we have given at the time of designing, so those properties will never change at runtime. So here, those properties will not change. For example, my requirement is I want to change the properties at runtime. Means user wants to change the properties at runtime. What type of properties you can change here? So when user wants to click, when user click on this control, so Apple image he want to change with another image. Okay, by default not possible with HTML. In this point of view, we are taking the support of JavaScript. Means what is JavaScript here? JavaScript we can use to convert static controls as dynamic controls. Okay, JavaScript we are using for what purpose? To convert the static controls as dynamic controls. What is the meaning of static control? Static means static. There is no change at runtime. But here I want to provide some dynamic functionalities on this image control. Not only image control, all other HTML controls, I want to provide the dynamic functionalities. In this point of view, we are taking the support of JavaScript. Yes, that's the main point of JavaScript why we are using. Now my requirement is, for example, if I click on this image, so what the current source Apple is there. So that Apple I want to change as strawberry.jpg. Then we are taking the support of JavaScript here. So now I am going to write some small script. I already told you don't try to understand this coding. So everything we'll discuss with Angular. Okay. So first of all, before starting this Angular, we should have minimum idea on this JavaScript, why we are using JavaScript. That idea should be there. So then we can understand what is Angular like that. Now here on click is equal to just JavaScript something I have given. So what is the other image we have? Yes, in this desktop, sb.jpg is there. I'm using sb.jpg something. Now here, what the meaning? I am changing the source of this image. Okay, what is the original source? Apple.jpg. That I'm changing as sb.jpg. When I click on the control, so we can change with the help of JavaScript. Okay, now here refresh, and when I click on this one, now which image we got here? Strawberry. It is changed here. Means at runtime. At runtime, we are able to change the source property of HTML control. So like that, every property, every control properties we can change. For example, here I want to take one button control. Here input type is equal to button we are placing here. So value is equal to just click me. Yes. Now here you can see this. Refresh this. Yeah, we have button control like this. Now when I move the mouse over this button control, so that value I have given click me. Now that value I want to change here. Then we are using here on mouse over is equal to, then value is equal to something. So here this is JavaScript code. That's why we have to place JavaScript colon value is equal to just don't click me. I given like this. What the text I have given? 1 second. Yes, the text is nothing but here I have given don't click me like that. Yeah. So now here refresh this. Yeah. Now, when I move mouse over this, then what the text we got? Don't click me. And if I click on this image, what is the source is changed here? The strawberry.jpg. Like that, every control properties we can change at runtime with the help of JavaScript. So that is the first point of JavaScript why we are using here. Okay. Now here just what is the main use of JavaScript? So JavaScript we are using to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Yes, dynamic functionalities means what the meaning? So to change the properties, changing the properties at runtime. At runtime means where? In browser. Is it clear? And second point, to validate input controls. Now, what is validation? So validation is nothing but here. So controls validation, like text box, if you take username text box. So that is empty or not. If it is empty, I want to display the error message. And here email text box is there. Format is correct or not. So password, retype password. So that password, retype password matching or not. Like that, these type of all functionalities in browser we can do with the help of JavaScript. So that is for validations purpose. And third one, JavaScript we can also use to run logics. Yes. So here this point is very important for us. So we can also use JavaScript to implement that to develop the logics. So already I told you, so we are using server-side scripts for logics. Yes, not only server-side scripts, means not only PHP, ASP, JSP, these type of server-side scripts, we can also use JavaScript to develop the logics. But what the difference between server-side script logics and JavaScript logics? Server-side script logics are executing in server and JavaScript logics are executing in browser. Understanding? Server-side script logics are executing in web server and JavaScript code is executing where? In browser. For example, a calculator program you want to develop in your application. You want to develop the calculator program. So that calculator program you can develop by using JavaScript, or we can use any other server-side script like JSP, PHP, ASP. So if I develop this program in JavaScript, so that the coding, when user click on the plus minus these buttons, coding is executing user system only. No need to go to the server to execute that code. That's why user can see the output very fast. But same coding, if you write by using Java, JSP or ASP or any other server-side script PHP, when user click on the plus minus these buttons, for every click, request is going to the server. There, that code is executing and output is coming back to browser. For this entire round trip, so some time is taking. So that's why here, in output point of view, JavaScript output is very faster than server-side script outputs. That's why most of the logics in web applications we are developing with the help of JavaScript only. Now you can ask me one question in this point of view. Sir, everything we can do with JavaScript, then what the use of these server-side scripts like JSP, ASP, etc.? Yes. So for example, you want to connect with the database. If you take Facebook, so Facebook database is available in server or client system. So Facebook database, is it available in your system? No, it is available in web server. Okay, so that's why in order to connect with the database, so JavaScript is not supporting. We have to work with the server-side script like ASP, JSP, PHP, these type of server-side scripts. Like there's some functionalities which we are performing in web server. Those functionalities we must go with server-side scripts. So remaining all functionalities you can do with JavaScript. So like that, these are the three major points which we can do by using JavaScript. Is it clear? So this is the main part of JavaScript. Now here, I think you people have some idea on the JavaScript, right? Now you can ask me, have any queries in this point of view? Yeah, remaining persons, please keep in mute. Yeah. So why we are using JavaScript, that is clear? Yes or no? Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So any queries you people have in this point of view? Yeah. Yeah. I think all of you clear with that. So fine.
Sir,
Now we are, yeah, tell me, who is this?
sir, my name is Sindhu.
Yeah,
Sir,
tell me.
can you explain validate input controls?
Validating input controls means what is that, right?
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
nothing
sir.
but here see some websites, if you observe here,
So if you click on the submit button without entering the username password like that with the empty text boxes, then one message is coming. Yes, so enter username like that. These are nothing but validation messages. Is it clear? For example, if you enter any mail ID which is not correct format, okay, then we are taking the support of JavaScript to check the format is correct or not. For example, password control is there, retype password control is there. So user enter password and retype password, then we have to check whether this password retype password text is same or any difference is there. So in this point of we are taking the support of JavaScript. Like that, these type of validations we can do with JavaScript. That is the concept which I told you. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So first of all, my question is there any relationship between Java and JavaScript? That is my first question. Is there any relationship between Java and JavaScript? So no relationship is there. Java is different product. Yeah, Java is different product and JavaScript is different product. So Java is the product which is implemented by Sun Microsystem and now it is maintained by Oracle Corporation. But JavaScript is the product which is implemented by Netscape Corporation. What is that? Netscape Corporation. The original name of JavaScript is LiveScript. What is the original name of JavaScript? Nothing but the LiveScript, which is implemented in 1995. So JavaScript is only one technology to write the logics in browser and to execute the statements in browser. So you can choose any server-side script. For example, one website in your company, one website you are developing. In that website, so server-side code you can choose, PHP can use, or Java servlets you can use, or any other technologies. But when you are coming to the client-side scripting for everything, we are taking the support of JavaScript. Yes, so that is the role of JavaScript. Now we are going to discuss what is AngularJS. Yes, yeah. Now here, come to this point. What is AngularJS? AngularJS is nothing but framework of JavaScript. Yes. So what is AngularJS? It is nothing but framework of JavaScript. Now here, JavaScript, if you take here, JavaScript related number of frameworks are there. JavaScript related number of libraries are there. And here JavaScript related server-side code also there. So Node.js, if you take here, Node.js is one server-side script which is implemented by using JavaScript only. Like that jQuery and AngularJS, Backbone.js, Vue.js, React.js, Vanilla.js, all these products implemented by using JavaScript only to perform the client-side functionalities, except Node.js if we take, and except MongoDB. So remaining all we are using to work with the client-side functionalities. Is it clear? So here MongoDB is for database purpose we are using. So that MongoDB is also implemented by using JavaScript only, and Node.js, that is for server-side logics, that is implemented by using JavaScript. And remaining all technologies like which are implemented by using JavaScript, remaining all technologies we are using for browser coding, means client-side coding. So those are nothing but here jQuery, AngularJS, React.js, Vanilla.js, okay, Knockout.js, Backbone.js, Vue.js, like the different types of technologies are there. But here we got much popularity for this AngularJS. What the reason behind that and why many companies using this AngularJS? Those points we are going to discuss now. So first of all, what is AngularJS? AngularJS is nothing but the framework of JavaScript. So now here, what is framework? Why we are using this framework? That is the main point here. Yes. So framework is providing more features than original technology, and also framework we are using to write simple logic, simplified logics. Okay. So for example, so here if you take JavaScript, in JavaScript you want to work with the Ajax concept, then we have to write around 8 lines coding. What is Ajax? Some people have idea, some people don't know. I know that one, I will explain later. Just one concept. For example, if you take Ajax concept, so to work with Ajax in JavaScript, we have to write minimum 8 to 9 lines coding to create the Ajax object and to send that object to server. But same concept if you take in AngularJS, so we are writing only one line statement. So within one line, we can finish that entire coding. Like that, what is AngularJS? AngularJS is nothing but a framework providing many predefined libraries with the simplified coding to easily work with JavaScript functionalities. So for example, if you take Java technology, for Java technology, we have frameworks like Spring, yes, Hibernate, something we have. Like that, if you take PHP, for PHP, we have framework like Coordinator, Gent. If you take Python, so Django is the framework. Like that, every technology contains frameworks. In the same way, AngularJS is the framework of JavaScript. Is it clear? So this AngularJS providing very simplified functionalities to work with the JavaScript, and here more features than JavaScript. That is the concept of AngularJS. Now this AngularJS initially implemented in 2010. So here actually Misco Avery and Adam Abrons. Actually, initially AngularJS is implemented by these two persons here. So in Google Corporation, they developed this AngularJS, and the basic version they released it, that is 1.0 in 2010. After 9 months, Adam Abrons left from that implementation, and Mr. Havery continued the next releases with the support of other team members of Google. So, and they released the next versions, and here it is maintaining by Google Corporation. So here, who is the main person, main developer in this AngularJS development? Misco Havery is the main person, and initially Adam Abrons also involved, but after a few months he left that implementation. So, and the remaining persons, Google team members added, and they released the subsequent versions like 1.1, 1.2, etc. These versions. Okay. After that, 2.x, 3.x also released up to 9.x. But when 2.x is released, that time, from that time, entire scenario is changed. Already I told you. So from 2.x onwards, we are not calling it as AngularJS. Simply, we are calling as Angular. That history we will discuss later. First, we are discussing about AngularJS. Now here AngularJS is the framework of JavaScript. For example, we have one more popular one, but right now, okay, so that usage is reduced, that is jQuery. What is jQuery here? It is nothing but here library of, yes, JavaScript. Yes. So here jQuery is also, so few years back it was very popular technology in software industries. Many client-side programmers worked with jQuery, but later they shifted to AngularJS. Okay, why? Because jQuery is library, AngularJS is framework. So what is the difference between this library and framework? That is the main point here. So if you take library and framework, both providing functionalities. Yes, in library some functionalities are available. Framework also some functionalities are available. So library functionalities we can use as it is, but framework functionalities, if you take, we can use them and we can also customize them according to the requirement. That is the main difference between these two. So library functionalities, if you take here, library functionalities we can use, but you want to customize based on the requirement, that is not possible. But when you are coming to the framework functionalities we can use, as well as we can also customize based on the requirement. So that's why these type of some advanced features are available in this AngularJS. So everything we can customize according to our requirement. So that's why most of the companies started development in AngularJS to develop the client-side logics. Is it clear? So like that here, this is the main difference between library and framework. Now what we can do with JavaScript? Yes, with what we can do with AngularJS? So with JavaScript, what are the operations we are doing? Everything we can do with AngularJS with the simple coding, and more additional features are available in this AngularJS. What are these additional features? That list we have to discuss, like data binding, single page application, okay, and next one dependency injection, like the different types of features are available. So those features we have to discuss. So before that, so we discussed what is AngularJS, and before that we also discussed what is JavaScript. So these two things you clear, then we can easily go with the features of AngularJS. Is it clear? Now you people tell me what is AngularJS. Yes, what is AngularJS? Yeah, it is a framework of, yeah, it is a framework of JavaScript. Okay, who implemented this AngularJS? Mitko Havery.
Adam Abrons.
Adam Abrams first release in 2010 1.0. After that, they released the subsequent versions. Okay, and from second version onwards, they done some changes. What are the changes they done? Those we will discuss. And here, what we can do with AngularJS, nothing is that AngularJS is also one type of client-side script only. So what are the operations we can do with JavaScript? Everything we can do with AngularJS, but the difference is with less coding and more features also available. So the list of features we have to discuss. Okay, so this is about AngularJS. Now, in this point of view, any queries you have, you can ask me.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. 1 second, please. Who is not speaking, please keep in mute mode. Okay. Yeah. Who is asking doubt?
Hello?
That personally release that. Yeah. Tell me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. So you said a small question. JavaScript
Yeah.
was implemented by Netscape, right?
Netscape Corporation. Yes.
So, but Angular is by different different vendor,
Yeah.
different company, right?
Different. That is Google
Google.
Corporation. Yes.
So Google is taking the extension of Netscape product.
No.
So no issues. I mean,
See, for example,
extension
here.
means they're using the idea, right? The same. You said it is based on the JavaScript, and they are they develop the framework, right? So no issues.
Yeah. JavaScript is open source. Na? You can also develop one library. Is it clear?
Oh, it's
Yeah, we
it's
based on
open source.
JavaScript because open source technology is advantage that one only. Anyone can do next level version. Is it clear? Actually, this is not version. This is one technology. The technology implemented based on JavaScript. For example, Java, if you take in Java, they use the C technology, na? To develop the Java,
Hello,
they use
sir.
it. Yeah, that's
Hello,
the
sir.
main. Yeah.
Sir, what are the best tutorials for AngularJS?
Best.
Tutorials for AngularJS.
Yeah, first if you follow the classes, na, if you follow the classes, those are very sufficient to you. Because one person asked me one question, so what are the topics you are covering, and I want some extra time like that. He is asking one question. First of all, let me explain you. So what are the things we are going to discuss with this batch? Okay, so here already I told you we are discussing the concepts of Angular 2 to 8 we are discussing, and along with that, so here we are also discussing here server side API calls. Yes, so we are creating some API services by using Node.js. Those API services we are calling how to call, that is also I will discuss. In the same location, you can also call Java APIs also. So the same procedure. So how we are calling the Node.js API, so same way we can call Java APIs or .NET APIs, everything we can call here. And next one here, we are also discussing some part of mean stack, but not complete mean stack. Up to CRUD operations we are discussing here. So means by using MongoDB, yes, MongoDB, how to perform the CRUD operation like insert, delete, update, these type of functionalities, how to perform, those things we will discuss here. Is it clear? And here complete Ajax based programming. So in Angular, we are using HTTP client, that is one service available. Using this service only we are connecting with the API calls, everything here. Complete Ajax based programming and complete JSON format. I will also explain JSON concepts here, because data between browser and server, you want to store some employee details or some product details in server. So first of all, from browser you are sending the data to server. So nowadays everyone is using JSON format to send the data from browser to server. At the same time, to receive the data from server to browser also, they are using JSON. And here we are also covering just TypeScript concepts. Okay, complete TypeScript. So why we are discussing TypeScript, I will tell you later. So these are the main things we are covering in our sessions. And here by end of this course, definitely we will cover up to 250 to 300 interview questions. Okay, so those interview questions also we are discussing here. And here some part of project also will develop, but not live project. Mini application means concept based application we are developing. For example, I will discuss when I discuss the routing concept. After routing concept discussion, how to navigate to about us, contact us, these things. Okay, that we will discuss. When I complete the HTTP client object, then how to connect with the server APIs. Like that, based on the concept, we will do each and every concept practically with one project. So that project comes in a mini project only, not main project. So those are the things we are going to cover here. Is it clear? So one person asked me about live project, right? Yeah, who is that person? Ask me about live project.
Anil.
Anil. So
Yeah.
live project, in this slot, live project will not cover. So if you want to get the live project, then you have to join mean stack project batch. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that means stack. But to attend this mean stack, here you must have idea on the Angular concepts, because in mean stack, I don't teach the Angular concepts. Directly, I will use the Angular concepts in mean stack. Okay. I will explain MongoDB, I will explain Express.js, and I will explain Node.js. But Angular, directly we are using. And finally, we are developing one project. That project we are publishing in server also. In Google Cloud, we will deploy that project. So that URL will come. That URL you can mention in your resume as your last company developed project, like that. Is it clear? So that type of live project we are developing here in this mean stack project batch.
Yeah, which is the best, sir? Which is the best? I will suggest to you. Which is you will. I will attend the interview. Which
Yeah,
one it is best?
yeah. One thing. If you are attending interview with the experience of 4+, 5+, like that, or 3+,
4 plus.
then
Four.
then you must do project also along with this course. Is it clear?
Means.
Along, yeah, means type project you have to do. Then that project you can show in resume also, because I told you we are deploying into server. So then I will show you that project also. Yes.
Suppose it is not means it is మీరు చెప్పారు కదా సార్, ఇప్పుడు ఇది మినిమం ప్రాజెక్ట్ అని ఇస్తారని చెప్పారు కదా, 2 to 300 క్వశ్చన్స్.
అంటే మీరు 4+ పెట్టుకుని వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఆ మినిమం ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయితే మీరు సఫిషియెంట్ కాదు.
ఓకే, 3 years పెట్టుకుంటే సార్
మీరు ఒక ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ బేస్ చేసుకుని మీరు 2 years వరకు వెళ్ళొచ్చు.
ఓకే.
బియాండ్ దట్ వెళ్ళాలంటే మీన్ స్టాక్ లో ఏంటంటే కంప్లీటింగ్ కోడింగ్ వస్తూనే ఉంటది.
ఓకే, మెయిన్స్ అంటే మీన్ స్టాక్ ఎవరు చెప్తారు సార్ కోర్స్ ఇది?
మీన్ స్టాక్ కూడా నేనే చెప్తా. ఈ రోజు న్యూ బ్యాచ్ ఉంది. సో at 8:15 we have new batch. But right now this is not time to join mean stack batch for you, because to join this mean stack, first you should know Angular concepts. Once you know Angular concepts, then only you are eligible to attend the mean stack project. Otherwise you can't understand anything in this mean stack project. So that's why if you have idea to join mean stack, you have to wait for some days. Okay, so next batch you can attend that one, but not right now. Is it clear?
ఓకే సార్, నేను కూడా కొత్తగా నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను సార్ ఇది యాక్చువల్గా యాంగులర్ చేసి. ఫస్ట్ నాకు బేసిక్ నుంచి కావాలి అన్నట్టు, ఇది ఎలా అప్గ్రేడ్ చేసుకోవాలి, ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి, ఎలా స్కిల్స్ చేయాలి, ఎలా నేర్చుకుంటే ఎఫర్ట్స్ ఎలా పెట్టుకుంటే కోడ్ లాజిక్ ఎలా అర్థం అవుతుంది అలా అన్నట్టు. నాకు అలా సింగిల్స్ లా కావాలన్నట్టు. ఐ విల్ ఎఫర్ట్స్ కోర్స్ అలా కావాలన్నట్టు సార్.
ఓకే. సో దాని గురించి మీరు యు మస్ట్ అటెండ్ ద యాంగులర్ బ్యాచ్ ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, అది అటెండ్ అయిన తర్వాత యూ హ్యావ్ టు డిసైడ్ ఫర్ నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ మీన్ స్టాక్ వెదర్ యూ వాంట్ ఆర్ నాట్. బట్ థింగ్ ఈస్, బేసిక్ థింగ్ ఈస్, ఫర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యాంగులర్ ఇస్ రిక్వైర్డ్. Without attending this Angular, you can't go for the next level. Okay. And second thing is, okay, so Anusha asked me on query, so will you provide the content? Okay, so content is available in main office. Course content is available in main office. You can collect that course content, and then you can check that content. Okay, they will provide you, or in website content is available. Okay. Yeah.
Sir,
so
if you any provide software, sir, in the AngularJS daily practice session?
Daily programs I will upload into the server, and interview questions I told you, we will discuss those interview questions and we will upload those questions into the server. I will give you the server URL address, and moreover here some material also, soft copy I will provide to you. Okay. Yes.
Okay sir, thanks.
And the second thing is here, so just now I told you what is AngularJS and what we can do. So we have to discuss what are the features we have in this AngularJS. So that concept we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay, then once the features discussion is completed, Then we will discuss what are the additional features we have in Angular. One thing you should remember, AngularJS, Angular both are different. What are the differences we have in this AngularJS and Angular? That clarity I will give you. So to understand the clarity in difference point out between AngularJS and Angular, first we should know something about AngularJS. Yes, once you know about this AngularJS, then you can easily understand the Angular concepts. In tomorrow's session, I will discuss so what are the features we have in this AngularJS. And next point is initially 4 days I will take 1 hour session. After that, our session timings are 1 hour 20 minutes every day. Is it clear? So I will spend 1 hour 20 minutes, but initially 4 days I will take only 1 hour session. And course duration is around, I will finish this course by around 40 days. It will take to close the complete course. Yes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
సార్
So yeah,
సార్ మీరు పర్సనల్ గా ఇంకేమైనా ఎక్స్ట్రా చెప్తారా సార్?
పర్సనల్ అంటే ఇందులోనే చాలా చెప్పుకుంటాం. పర్సనల్ గా ఏముంది
అంటే ఇంకా
Okay.
ఎక్స్ట్రా అంటే ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ కావడం, ఎలా రెజ్యూమ్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేయడం,
అవన్నీ I will teach all these things not only for you, for everyone. I will teach all those things, how to prepare the resume and how to what are the interview. See, we will discuss 2-3 concepts. Immediately I will discuss the interview questions based on this 2-3 concepts. Again later we will discuss few more concepts, 3 concepts like that. Immediately we will discuss the interview questions. Those questions I will upload into server so you can download. Is it clear? Like that we are discussing here. Yes. Yeah. So you have any personal queries, you can send me your mail requirement which we have. So to this mail ID. Okay. Yes.
1 minute,
That
sir.
is yeah. So bedu7@gmail.com I have given. And
Your
here we are
personal
yeah, this is
Not
my
one?
mail ID. Yeah, this is my mail ID. And here, so one person asking me on query, so which IDE we are using? Yes, we are using Visual Studio Code. That IDE we will use here, okay, to work with the Angular applications. Not only here, so companies also we are using Visual Studio Code. Every company is using Visual Studio Code. That IDE only we will use here. And next thing is here, so someone asked me, you are zooming the system that pays, what is that option? I think is there, you want to zoom here, you can use this software. You can download zoom it software. So that is used to zoom. Actually this is not related to Angular concept. So 1 or 2 persons ask me, sir, how can you zoom like that? Yes, so here one software you have to install, that is zoom it software. Okay, fine. So any other
Hello.
queries you have? Yeah, tell
Yeah,
me.
sir. You just told about the zoom in option. I didn't ask about the zoom in option, sir. I just wanted to know if like there's a zoom in option, right? I wanted to ask if that is a browser logic or a server logic. I mean, you talked about the server logic or the browser logic, right?
Come again please, I didn't get you properly. I thought
Sorry.
you are asking about this zoom in.
No,
Okay,
no, sir.
yeah,
Let
okay.
me speak a bit
Yeah.
slow. So there's a zoom in option on my screen right now.
Before
So
that, one second. So
yeah.
here, by today's session is completed. So just to explain you what is Angular JS. So in tomorrow's session, we will discuss what are the features of Angular JS. Those who wants to leave, you can leave. Okay. Anybody have doubt? You can ask me now. Yeah, tell me. Jeevan, tell me.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I see a zoom in option, I mean zoom option on the screen. So is this a browser logic or is this a server logic? Uh,
Yeah, me. Where you have seen that this option in this screen, huh?
no, no, sir. I see on my screen, not your screen.
In your screen, you have seen zoom in, zoom out option, huh?
Yeah,
So
yes, sir.
you mean this zoom in, zoom out, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, this is control plus control minus this browser option.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Thank
you
you.
asked about this only, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, that is control plus and control minus browser option.
So that should be a browser logic, right?
Yeah, not that is one option. Yeah, browser logic only.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Hmm.
Sir,
Yes.
which one version it is using companies? It is latest version, it is 9.0.
6, no. 6, 7. So if you go through that job portal websites like Naukri Monitor, most of the openings we have 6, 7. The thing is 9.0 released 3 months back only. Is it clear? So
Okay,
still
okay.
there is no APIs for this 9.0. Okay. So up to
Okay.
8.0 we will discuss here. Okay, fine. Next.
Actually, I am working from DBA, SQL DBA.
Okay.
I am working
Okay.
EY, Ernest Young,
Okay.
my company.
Okay.
Currently, I am working from EY.
Hmm.
I will learning from. I interested from an AngularJS.
Very good. Hmm.
That that's
Yeah, you
today
can
will
learn.
just.
Yeah. So here this is
Yeah.
right now. Right now it is very useful for us, and more openings we have with this Angular. Okay. So that's why. So it is very beneficial because UI developer is very important nowadays in companies. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
It is possible. It is possible, sir. It is. I am working from DBA side admin part. I have no idea from coding part. How it
Yeah.
is
So
man. Yeah, how many days do you will understand from subject?
see, I can say you can understand the concepts easily. Second thing is it depends on the practice which you are doing.
Okay.
Okay, so more practice is required, then you can, because already you know a DBA means you know some logics also. I think you are using conditions, everything, right? So queries,
Yeah,
subqueries you are writing.
I am not a developer. I am an admin. It is developers.
Admin.
It is yeah
Yeah.
admin using from only database
Hmm.
maintenance and cleanup
Okay.
and we can view to the
Okay.
permissions and we can view from restores and accesses. If you
Okay.
little
Fine.
bit select start queries and where conditions, that
Okay.
query is written that one only.
Thing is, so
Sir,
this is client side script. So you have
Oh,
to practice, then you can easily understand because it is not that complicated. Is it clear? Yeah.
clear.
But
sir,
practice is also very important. Tell me, Neha.
how to develop a to-do list in UI?
A to-do list you want to develop, so then we
Yes.
are taking the support of some predefined packages are there. Okay, so ng packages are available. Using these ng packages, we are developing the to-do list and other plugins also.
Sir, what
Okay,
packages?
ng package is available in Angular. With this ng package, you can do all these things. Yeah, I will show you that one. Okay.
రేపు జాయిన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఈ లింకేనా?
ఇదే లింక్ ఉంటుంది రేపు మీరు జాయిన్ అవ్వాలంటే.
ఓకే.
కొద్ది రోజుల వరకు ఇదే లింక్ ఉంటుంది. పేమెంట్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత లింక్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే.
ఓకే.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు
వరకు ఇది.
పేమెంట్ ఎలా చేయమంటారు సార్?
అది మీరు దుర్గా
Time-
సాఫ్ట్ ఆఫీస్ కి ఒకసారి కాల్ చేసి అడగండి. సో యూ కెన్ కమ్యూనికేట్ విత్ దట్ దుర్గా సాఫ్ట్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ పీపుల్. దే విల్ గైడ్ యూ హౌ టు డూ ద పేమెంట్.
Okay.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే.
How many days? ఎన్ని రోజులు ఉంటుంది సార్ డెమోన్స్ట్రేషన్?
డెమోన్స్ట్రేషన్ నా వచ్చేసరికి 4 days నుంచి ఉండవు. 3 days 4 days అంతే.
ఓకే. తర్వాత చేంజెస్ అయిపోద్దా సార్? మొత్తం ఫీజు కట్టిన వాళ్ళకి లింక్స్ వేరే ఇస్తారా?
అవును, వాళ్ళకి డైవర్ట్ అవుతాయి లింక్స్.
మెయిన్ స్టాక్ అన్నారు కదా?
ఓకే, సారీ.
మెయిన్ స్టాక్ అన్నారు కదా, అంటే నెక్స్ట్ బ్యాచ్ ఎప్పటి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది మళ్ళీ అది?
నెక్స్ట్ బ్యాచ్ అనౌన్స్ చేస్తానమ్మా మీకు. కాకపోతే రైట్ నౌ డోంట్ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ మీన్ స్టాక్. ఓకే, సో డోంట్ ట్రై టు జాయిన్ దట్ మీన్ స్టాక్ రైట్ నౌ బికాస్ టు జాయిన్ దట్ మీన్ స్టాక్ so you should know Angular concepts. Okay, I will announce you when I'm starting that mean stack.
Yeah, middle of the course lo join avudamani.
Middle of the course lo join avvachu. It will take around 20 to 25 days to start the new batch.
Okay.
Almost 30
Angular
days
concepts 40 days పడుతుందా ఇంకా ఎక్స్టెండ్ అవుతుందా? ఎక్స్టెండ్ అయితే అవ్వదు కదా?
మినిమం అయితే 40 days పడుతుందండి మినిమం అయితే. ఓకే, సో దాని మీద ఇంకొక 5-10 days అయితే ఎక్స్టెండ్ అయ్యే ఛాన్సెస్ అయితే ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, అది మినిమం అయితే 40 days పడతాయి.
Sir, 40 days means including Sundays or what?
No. Up to Saturday, Monday to Saturday. Okay, but first Saturday we don't have class. First Saturday means day after tomorrow we don't have class. Okay, because new people will join from second Saturday onwards. Okay, so every Saturday we have class, and every day we will spend 1 hour 20 minutes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Shall I?
ఈయననే చెప్తారు.
Yeah, you have any queries?
Sir,
You can mail to my mail.
ఓకే. ఇది మెయిన్ స్టాక్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి దానికి వేరే మనయా సార్ లేకపోతే సేమ్?
దాని ఫీజు వచ్చి మెయిన్ స్టాక్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ 15,000.
హలో
15,000.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు దీనికి ఎంత సార్?
దీనికి వచ్చి 7,000 ఎంత చార్జ్ చేస్తాను. యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ఫీజ్ డీటెయిల్స్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. ఓకే.
హలో.
ఓకే. కోర్సులో కలిపి ఎంత ఉంటుంది?
అవి వాళ్ళ ప్యాకేజ్ కింద ఇస్తారండి. ప్యాకేజ్ కింద మీరు మాట్లాడితే వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు మీకు. సో 2 కోర్సులు కలిపి పే చేస్తామంటే దే విల్ గివ్ సమ్ డిస్కౌంట్. ఓకే. సో నజీర్ అనే ఉంటారు ఒక అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ ఆఫీస్ లో, మిస్ నజీర్. Okay. So you can contact with that person, or you want that person name, I will give you that person number. You want, I will tell you. 1 second.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
7702.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. So I'm typing here 7702. Okay, 70 3786.
770
7702 703786. Yeah, you can see on my screen. I mentioned. Yeah, tell me.
Hello?
Yeah, please.
Is it available in the morning times?
Which one?
Is the same session.
Morning time already it started by 7 o'clock, but in that morning session, TypeScript is completed, Angular framework, the structure also completed, programming started. So that session right now I cannot understand.
Okay,
Sir,
the admin said it will start on next week.
No. It will take around 15 to 20 days time to start the new batch. Hello?
Yeah, hello,
Can I
sir.
have any plans to migration and for 15 days in this 7 and after 15 days in the morning?
Yeah, after 15 days you want to join this morning, then you do one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So here after 2 days you can join morning batch. Okay.
Okay.
Then continue there, but you should attend here evening batch up to 12 days. Okay. But morning batch initially little bit complicated to you. Okay, initially little bit complicated to you.
Yeah.
But slowly you can understand, and do one thing then. You should join from tomorrow onwards only. Better you should join from tomorrow onwards. But tomorrow
Can I have
don't allow. Sorry?
Can I have any link?
Yeah, you should speak with Nazir sir. I dropped that number, na? Nazir sir number.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay, you guys, you have any queries, mail me to my mail ID, because right now I have another session.
Sir.
I am going to leave this session. Okay.
So one last question.
చెప్పండి.
సో మీరు అదేంటి Node.js జావా ఏపీ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అండ్ MongoDB అన్నారు కదా. సో మీరు సెషన్ లో MongoDB అన్నారు కదా. సో MongoDB అంటే సెటప్ అవన్నీ డిఫరెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్. అప్పుడు Node.js జావా కూడా సెటప్ డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటుంది. సో మీరు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మేము ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలంటే మా సిస్టమ్ లో కూడా అది మేము ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోవాలి కదా. సో కాన్సెప్ట్ తెలియకుంటే
ఎలా చేస్తాను, మీకు ఇన్స్టలేషన్ అంతా చెప్తాను కదా నేను.
బట్ మాకు కాన్సెప్ట్ జావా ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అవి
జావా ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ నేను చెప్పను. Node.js తోటి API సర్వీసెస్ కాల్ చేయడం చెప్తాను నేను. So in the same way, any Java developer is there, he will call the Java services. Any .NET developer is there, he will call the .NET services. At that point I told you. But I will explain Node services.
Okay, so మీరు Node.js కూడా మీరు మాకు స్టార్ట్ అంటే కొంచెం చెప్తారా అయితే కదా?
కొంచెం చెప్తాను, అంటే కంప్లీట్ ఉండదు. MongoDB కూడా కొంచెం చెప్తాను, ఇన్స్టలేషన్ తర్వాత కొన్ని కమెంట్స్ చెప్తాను. అర్థమైందా మీకు?
దట్స్ ఎనఫ్. సో ఇంకా స్మాల్ థింగ్
కన్ఫ్యూజన్.
yes exactly. సో ఇంకోటి మన దుర్గా సాఫ్ట్ ఉంది కదా, దట్ ఈస్ డెవలప్డ్ యూజింగ్ Angular. అంటే లేటెస్ట్ టెక్నాలజీస్ తోటి యూజ్ చేస్తారా అది? అంటే మీరు ఏమైనా చేస్తారా అలా? అంటే మన వెబ్సైట్ లో ఏమైనా మాడ్యూల్ Angular తో డెవలప్ చేస్తారా?
లేదు, దుర్గా సాఫ్ట్ ఇప్పుడు ఓల్డ్ వెబ్సైట్ దే ఆర్ మెయింటైనింగ్. ఓకే. సో నేను చూపిస్తాను మీకు. నేను ఏదైతే వెబ్సైట్ లో వాడిన Angular అనేది అది చూపిస్తాను మీకు.
ఓకే. ఎందుకంటే నేను యాక్చువల్గా
ఒక్క నిమిషం చెప్పండి. హలో, 1 సెకండ్. మీరు యాక్చువల్గా
నాకు అంటే 40 days క్లాస్ అయిపోయాక మై గోల్ ఈస్ టు డిజైన్ మై ఓన్ వెబ్సైట్, స్మాల్ అప్లికేషన్, లాగిన్ అప్లికేషన్, అండ్ విత్ Node.js and MongoDB, అండ్ డిప్లాయ్ వన్ సర్వర్ AWS ఆర్ సంథింగ్. సో అదొక్కటి ప్రాబ్లీ క్లాస్ అయ్యాక నేను డెవలప్ చేస్తే ఎవరైనా హెల్ప్ చేస్తారా? అదొకటి, ఎందుకంటే రియల్ టైమ్ లో
మీకు ఒక పని చేయండి. అప్పుడు డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ నేను మీన్ స్టాక్ లో చెప్తాను కదా, ఆ సెషన్ వరకు మీరు అటెండ్ అవ్వండి, పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తాను. ఓకే, సో ఆ సెషన్ వరకు నేను పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తాను. యూ కెన్ అటెండ్ ఇన్ మీన్ స్టాక్ ప్రాజెక్ట్. ఓకే, దట్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ గూగుల్ చెప్తాను నేను. AWS I never deployed in AWS. I will explain you how to deploy in Google Cloud. Okay, అది మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది.
ఓకే
సరే, I have another session.
For any questions, ఆ నెంబర్ కాల్ చేయమన్నారు కదా 770 కి regarding the classes.
Not regarding the classes and fee structure. Any technical issues, you can mail me to my mail ID berusan@gmail.com.
Sure అండి. Okay, thanks.